From the moment we were young, we were taught values, important ones. We were told, be kind to everyone, smile at sunnah, don't judge, always give people the benefit of the doubt. And yes, these teachings are rooted in our beautiful deen. They have merit. They reflect the character of the Prophet, peace be upon him. But somewhere along the way, many of us began to misunderstand what those teachings actually mean. You see, kindness in Islam is not supposed to be blind. It is not supposed to be without wisdom or without boundaries. It is not supposed to cost you your emotional health, your mental peace, or your dignity. But for so many of us, that's exactly what's happening. We show up for others again and again, even when they don't value us. We keep forgiving people who don't even think they've done anything wrong. We allow our hearts to be walked on because we think that's what patience looks like. That's what we assume Allah wants from us. But that's a dangerous misunderstanding. Islam encourages mercy, but it never tells you to harm yourself in the process. Let that sink in. Yes, Islam is a religion of compassion, of forgiveness, of softness in the face of hardness. The Prophet, peace be upon him, forgave the people of Ta'if who stoned him until he bled. Yes, he was gentle with his companions, patient with his enemies, merciful to even those who mocked him. But here's the part we often miss. He never allowed that mercy to destroy him. He never let compassion become an excuse for emotional captivity. He didn't keep giving chances to people who were clearly abusive. He didn't keep welcoming those who had no remorse, no respect, and no intention of change. Because Allah is Ar-Rahman, the most merciful, and He commands us to show mercy absolutely, but also to protect ourselves from becoming victims in the name of piety. There is no virtue in allowing yourself to be emotionally trampled. There is no reward in enabling people to harm you over and over. There is no blessing in turning your own heart into a battlefield just to keep the peace around you. When your kindness becomes a weapon used against you, when your forgiveness is taken as permission to keep hurting you, when your gentleness becomes the very thing that invites more disrespect, that's no longer righteousness. That's a warning sign from Allah to pause, to reflect, to change course. And if you ignore it, thinking this is what Allah wants from you, you may be mistaking spiritual wisdom for silent suffering. And Islam was never meant to feel like a trap. It was sent as a mercy, not a prison. Don't confuse being good with being gullible. Don't confuse having a soft heart with having no self-worth. Too many people are being drained emotionally, spiritually, even physically, all in the name of being kind. But Islam is not about draining yourself to fill others. It's not about setting yourself on fire to keep others warm. That's not what the Prophet, peace be upon him, did. And that's not what Allah wants for you. Sometimes we let people walk all over us and we stay silent, not because we're okay with it, but because we think it's noble. We think suffering quietly makes us closer to Allah. But ask yourself, is that what the Prophet ﷺ, and peace be upon him, did? The Prophet, peace be upon him, was kind, he was merciful, he forgave. There is no doubt about that. He was the softest heart in the hardest of times. He forgave those who hurt him. He smiled at strangers. He fed the poor. He stood up for the oppressed. He responded to hate with dignity. He was a walking embodiment of mercy. Allah Himself describes him in the Quran. And we have not sent you, O Muhammad, except as a mercy to the world. Surah Al-Anbiya 21, 107. But here's what we must understand. He also walked away. The Prophet, peace be upon him, despite all his mercy, set clear, healthy, prophetic boundaries. He forgave people, but when their behavior became toxic or dangerous, he didn't keep them close. He made hijrah, migration from Mecca, when the oppression became unbearable. He distanced himself from hypocrites in Medina who were harming the ummah from within. He didn't let the softness of his heart become an open door for people to disrespect him. He walked away from those who refused to change. He confronted abuse when it was repeated. He protected his emotional, physical, and spiritual space even when it involved family. This is the part we've forgotten. We talk about his forgiveness, but not his boundaries. We talk about his mercy, but not how he removed toxic influences. We remember his patience, but not how he also took action when patience was no longer the wise choice. He didn't allow people to manipulate his mercy. He didn't keep forgiving the same behavior over and over without accountability. He didn't stay silent just to keep people happy. He didn't call enduring emotional abuse ibadah. His kindness had limits, not because he lacked compassion, but because he knew the value of emotional dignity. He didn't tolerate disrespect disguised as misunderstanding. He understood the difference between a sincere mistake and a pattern of mistreatment. He called out hypocrisy, he corrected injustice, he walked away from those who weaponized religion for control. His kindness was not weakness, it was strength, it was power wrapped in grace, it was control without cruelty, it was justice without vengeance.